Hi YouTube! I wanted to talk to you about how to make a t-shirt pre-fold. So here's my little model here, and here is his pre-fold diaper. If you do decide to do pre-folds, don't forget to put a cover on them because they don't hold all of the moisture as well as if you put a cover on them. So I just put these little clips on mine, the safety pins I mean, but if you have a snappy, then those are amazing. So if you don't know what a snappy is, definitely look those up online. They're super cheap and they're really awesome. So there's my cute little pre-fold. I'm gonna put it out here for you to see. So there's my whole pre-fold all made and everything. Mine's a little bit longer than what most newborn pre-folds are. Your newborn pre-fold is typically 9 by 11. Mine's a little bit longer just because that's just how it came out. So typically, let's see, it would be about this size here. I'm just going to go ahead and keep mine the size it is just because I don't know exactly how big our baby's going to be. I don't think anybody really does know exactly how big their baby's going to be. So I figured, well, if my baby comes out a little bit bigger than expected, then I have the bigger pre-fold. If my baby comes out a little bit smaller than expected, then I could always just cut it. So one thing that I also did was I left the sides open. I didn't. A lot of people sew around the whole edges of them, which I think is really great and it looks really nice. But I went ahead and left the sides open and this open here for two reasons. When you have a newborn baby, it's pretty stressful and you don't sleep a lot, and I don't do very well with little sleep. So I thought this would be really great for drying time if I needed to just wash a bunch of pre-folds and then just stick them in the dryer instead of hand drying them outside. And then also, but as a little side note, I do hope to put all of my diapers and pre-folds on the line dry, but you know, you just never know if something happens and you just have to shove a few in the dryer. So anyway, also I hope to make some fitteds out of these pre-folds, and to make fitteds you put elastic and between the two here, and then it makes a fitted. So a fitted diaper looks more like a disposable diaper where you just put it on the baby and then snap it, opposed to doing a fold. So I'm going to show you how to make these. As a note, since you are reusing t-shirts, you want to make sure that you are stripping your t-shirts. And by stripping, I mean getting away all of the soap. And the reason why is because they absorb much better than cloth with soap in them. So if you strip out all your material and then use it on your baby, whether you're breastfeeding using formula or it's just regular potty or poo, they absorb a lot better than with the soap. The soap tends to repel. So here's how you make your t-shirt pre-fold. You take a regular t-shirt. These are 100% cotton. I'd recommend a natural fiber blend just because they're better for your baby and they absorb a lot better. So these are 100% cotton. I have tons of different kinds. This one's Fruit of the Loom. We've got Hanes. We've got off-brand stuff. And they all seem to work really well. So you want to cut off the sleeves here. So just make a line. You can use a ruler and then use a marker that is washable. And then just make a line all the way down, and then you'll cut that after you make all of your lines. So then on the other side, you'll make a line all the way down, and then you'll also want to cut off this part too. So you'll cut that there, and then you'll have your material all set. So then it will come out to look something like this, right here. And then you'll want to fold it to make the center part. And the center part is what absorbs all of the all the feces, basically. So you'll just fold it in thirds here. Now the center part horizontally, you want it for a newborn to be around 4 inches. Obviously this isn't perfect because I'm just folding it with one hand, but you want this part to be around 4 inches and these sides to be around 4 inches. Some of my pre-folds that I made, they aren't all exactly perfect, but I've measured them all and they are pretty close, so I'm pretty happy with them. But after you measure and make sure that at least the middle part and the two sides are of equal width, and this is around 4 inches, unless you're expecting quite a few preemies, then you obviously would want to make them a little bit smaller. You'll want to pin the thick parts here all the way up, and then that's when you'll sew. You'll sew in this thicker part here. That way everything doesn't move around. So I'll show you again mine, the one that, the finished product of mine. I hand sewed this first one here. So at the very beginning, I started to do this really close together stitch. And it was taking me a lot of time, and I thought, I'm gonna try the bigger stitch and see if it would work. And all I did was a loop stitch, as you can see from the angle. And then the very end here, I did a thicker one. And then I washed them to see if it would come undone or what would happen to them, and they're fine. So if you want to do this bigger stitch here, opposed to a really close stitch, oops, here, then I'm living proof that it works really well. Also, like I said, I did these by hand, so I did the loop stitch. But if you do a sewing machine, a lot of people do a straight stitch. And then some people do a zigzag stitch just for the look of it. And they worked great from what I hear from other people. So those are some options to do if you decide to do around the edges here. If you have a serger, obviously that works the best. If you don't, you could hand stitch the ends. Or a lot of people do like a zigzag and then they go over them with a straight. And then I've also people just do a straight all the way around, and that worked for them. So I guess it kind of depends on how thick your material is and how rough you're going to be on your diapers. But I just want to show you what I did. And then also some people, they sewed around the ends here, but then left this part open. Again, kind of for the drying. So it's even nice for when you line dry too, because you can hang it up and it moves around everywhere, and it does get the middle parts a little bit more dry. So in the middle here, I'll show you how many layers. We've got 1, there's 6 of them, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So a lot of newborn diapers I've seen, they don't have those many layers. If you want to, you could put an additional layer in there with terry cloth, or you can use the sleeves and put more layers in there right after you fold them and then you stitch them in there. You could also do something like a micro fiber cloth. So this is one. I actually got 2 of these microfiber cloths at the dollar store. And as you can see, this one would be almost the perfect size. And then you could get 1, 2, 3. You could get almost 4 inserts in for your Prefold. So this is another really great option. Like I said, I got 2 of these at the dollar store for $1, so you're still saving yourself quite a bit of money. But remember, if you do decide to do the microfiber, don't actually put it on your baby. Put it inside of the Prefold. Microfiber is a really great cloth because it soaks up quite a bit of anything. A lot of people use it for dusting. It's a really, really, really great cloth. I love this type of cloth. So that's another idea to put it in for the Prefolds. Or if you have a heavy wetter child, it's also really great. But again, don't put it on baby skin because it agitates baby skin. If you liked the video, please click like. If you want to subscribe and see more, please subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. And I hope this helped YouTube. Oh, I wanted to show you one more thing. For the t-shirt Prefold, I find there's a couple of different Prefolds you can do. I find the best Prefold is the Jelly Roll Prefold. My favorite Prefold is the Angel Wing Prefold. But because this is a little bit of a thinner fabric compared to the nice brand new ones, it's a little bit of a thinner fabric. So to put it on baby, I'm going to fold it just a little bit here. Like I said, mine's a little bit longer than normal. So to put it on baby, you have this little, it's almost like it's not a gusset, but you have this extra material here. That way you don't get the poo coming out. Especially when your baby's brand new and you're breast milk feeding or you're bottle feeding and the poo's more runny. So, and then you just take the backs there on both sides and then pin it on up. So that's my favorite. That's my favorite one with this type of material. My favorite fold for pre-folds is the angel fold wing, which I found this t-shirt one isn't really the best for, just because it is thinner. So the angel fold wing goes like this on the baby. But as you can see, that's not, it wouldn't hold in really a lot. So if you had an awesome cover, that might work for you. But I prefer not to get anything on the cover if I can. It's just as an extra measure. So there's a little heads up there if you made a bunch of t-shirts and then hadn't actually put it on baby, and then you put it on baby and there's some leaking out. So anyway, just some more ideas for you out there. So I hope this video helped. There's the finished pre-fold again. And have a great day, YouTube. Thanks.